The Swedish Baron Bror von Blixen, better known as Blix, was one of the most famous professional hunters in East Africa between the two world wars. Due to his extraordinary skills, Blix was chosen as a guide by a large number of celebrities, including the Prince of Wales, the later King Edward VIII. Bror Blixen was born in 1886 and died in a tragic car accident in 1946. The Blixen family has for several centuries been proprietors of the Näsbyholm estate in southern Sweden. Today the estate is owned by Dick von Blixen Fennica. Blix was the twin brother of Dick's grandfather. Dick and his son Carl Frederick are busy preparing their upcoming safari with Olaf Jeppesen.
So this is the rifle that Bror von Blixen was using?
Yes. He wasn't a great collector of items, but so this is one of the few things, this one and the 22 Hornet that we got there.
So this used to be Bror's rifle?
Yes. It was given as a present from Ulf Askan to Carl Fredrik as a christening present. And it's 22 Hornet. I suppose they used it for antelopes and guinea fowl mostly. But it shoots very well. I've shot with it. And this one I bought back from a lady called MEDŽIOKLŽ, whose husband got it as a present from Bror when he left Africa.
Okay. So it was standing down in Kenya?
No, he got it in Kenya, but it was now in South Africa when I was able to get it back.
Okay.
But it's lovely to have something left from him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't leave a lot of other things.
Well, if you see the evolution with the takedown, sour takedown.
And they used to cart, you can understand why they had gun bearers, because they used to cart 6 or 7 rifles, as we can see later on. And now you take one rifle and just put on another barrel, and you're going.
Dick and Carl Frederick are going to hunt with Felix Marnovek of Camelthorn Safaris. The hunt will take place on Felix's farm in the beautiful and mountainous landscape a few hours' drive west of Namibia's capital, Windhoek.
Hi there.
Hello. Hi,
I'm Felix. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello, Frederick.
Hey, how's it?
Hello.
Felix.
Frederick.
Hey man, how are you?
How are you doing?
No, not too bad.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Good. Welcome.
A lovely place here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So, good trip?
Yes, good flight down. There's no jet lag.
Okay. Well, come, let's have a drink.
Thank you.
Camelthorn Safaris is named after one of Namibia's most remarkable tree species. The name is not connected to camels, but to the giraffe, which eats the leaves of the tree. In Afrikaans, the giraffe is called kamelleopard, due to its spotted skin. Very appropriate, as Dick has come down here in order to hunt leopard in a most unusual way. First, however, the zeroing of the rifle must be checked. The takedown system makes the rifle case very handy, and Sauer's system ensures that the point of impact is not altered.
So now this should come back to, it always goes back to 0. So that's a 375 and the 300, but you said that we start with a 300 for the plains game.
Yeah.
Or what do you recommend?
Yeah, no, 300 is fine. Alright, well now we've just shot the rifles in. We're going to just take a quick drive around. I'll show you guys what the countryside looks like. And we might see some animals. We probably will see some animals. We'll do this every day. What we'll do now is tomorrow morning we'll start off at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Go out to the area, look for tracks of a leopard. If we find something we take it. If we don't we come back at lunchtime. Then we normally have a rest or a siesta till about 3 o'clock, 3:30. And then we do the same thing again, what we're going to do now.
After having checked the rifles, the hunters have taken a drive in the terrain, and the trackers spot a mixed herd of zebras and oryx antelopes. The plan is that Dick only hunts leopard, while Carl Frederick will be hunting the antelopes. Felix decides to give it a try with Carl Frederick. Even a small herd of both oryx and zebra like this is rather difficult to approach. However, the hunters succeed in getting rather close, but the wind is drifting, and suddenly the oryx catch their scent.
That's the fortune of hunting.
Yeah. There's no problem. Win some, you lose some.
They often gang up with the zebras.
These zebras come out of the mountain in the evening onto these open areas. And the oryx come out of the bottom, out of the thick bush.
Although the hunters' first attempt was not successful, they continue their hunt and soon find another herd of zebra. The mountain zebra only lives in the southwestern part of Africa. Contrary to their East African relatives, the mountain zebras are not found on the plains, but only in mountainous terrains, where there is water and grass in the valleys. As the zebras have both very good vision and hearing, the hunters have to make a detour in order to get within shooting distance without spooking the animals.
Skyline, and then you lie on the rocks. You can take a shot. Just be careful.
Carl Frederick is very careful to keep in line right behind Felix in order to be less visible. Felix uses his hat as a buffer under Carl Frederick's left hand as he is resting it on the rocks. It's going to be a long shot, so a proper rest is a must.
See which one it is? There's the two there. There's one there. On the right hand side behind the bush. Yeah, I see them. You see them? I see two on the hill, okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 of them. 4, 5, 6. You see the one on the right hand side? I see the male. I see the male. But he's standing behind a bush. Yeah, okay. Let's wait.
The stallion is standing behind a thorn bush, so all Carl Frederick can do is to be ready and wait.
Can I take the shot? Take it, yeah. Jesus. Good shot. Good shot. I can't see him.
Yeah, I can see him. Very good shot. It's falling down.
There is.
See him falling?
The first African game.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then a damn good shot, and mountain zebra as well. It's
mountain zebra too.
very, very
It
rare.
was so exciting. We were going up and down and climbing and Jesus.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Feeling great. It's an overwhelming feeling. It's like a victory. Oh, I got it was so far.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to make it.
It was very good shot. Very good shot. You shot him in a nice place as well. You could have shot him right on top of the mountain. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Oh, Jesus.
Good. Well done.
Thanks.
The range was well over 200 yards, but Carl Fredrik made a good shoulder shot, and the bullet did an equally good job. A very good start for the young safari hunter who, quite excited, is approaching his Hartmann's mountain zebra. Namibia is one of the few places where this species lives.
Oi. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Ja.
It is still the beginning of the safari, and although Carl Fredrik has only killed his first head of African game, there is little doubt that this safari will not be his only one. With his debut, Carl Fredrik is the fourth generation of safari hunters in the Blixen family, and they have all been fascinated by the many possibilities of this continent. On top of all this, Carl Fredrik and Dick had the added benefit of sharing the hunting experience. The next day, the hunters start very early. Although they last night celebrated Carl Fredrik's debut with just a single drink, none of the guests slept more than a few hours on top of the journey and yesterday's many experiences. This early, it is nice with a strong cup of coffee to accompany the planning and discussions. At dawn, the hunters are already deep into the terrain in order to be ready to hunt. Leopard hunting is licensed in this area and primarily takes place at farms with livestock where the cats can cause great damage by killing calves and goats. Depending on the damage and the size of the farm, the authorities can issue a permit to harvest a leopard. The income generated by the hunting is part compensation for the damage done by the leopards. The tracker Daniel is sitting on the hood of the car while his companion is in the back. With their eagle eyes, they both scan the sand for tracks of leopard as the car drives slowly through the terrain.
Anxious to go. Well, we picked up a track and we're going to let the dogs go. It's a male, about 50 or 60 kilos. And Felix thinks it's worth having a drive out. It's going to be very exciting.
When a fresh track of leopard is found, the dogs are unleashed. They are specially trained to track leopards and nothing else. If the leopard should hide in one of the many caves in the area, Felix has also brought a terrier along. A little agile dog has both the guts and the speed necessary to drive out a leopard.
Jävla taggen.
Ja.
You can smell the leopard.
You can smell it.
I'm not getting a distinct track.
That's a shit. Yeah, because you're lazy, don't clean.
Our biggest problem is the sun and the wind. Yeah, it just takes it off.
The tracks turn out to be rather cold, maybe 5-6 hours old. The hunters have no other option than to try find another track.
The leopard that we're trying to catch has caught quite a lot of calves here already, and you can see this this wire mesh. They've put this in about a month ago, because it was actually taking the calves through this fence here. It was climbing over and then catching them and then pulling them through.
Hunting leopard this way is not as easy as it might seem. A leopard's territory covers many thousand acres, and it takes both skill and luck to bag one. The hunters have returned after an exciting morning, where they found tracks of a leopard. One of the advantages by using dogs for this hunt is that the tracks reveal whether it is a female or a large male that inhabits the area. Let's hear what Olaf and Felix have to say regarding this.
Okay, Felix, camel thorns are for us. When and why did you start that?
Well, I started it in 8 years ago, and I started it because I wanted to work for myself. I worked before I started my company. I worked for quite a number of companies as a freelance professional hunter. Ever since I left school, I just wanted to be outdoors, and I ended up here in Namibia. I live here on this farm, Kalyombo. It's about 2 hours drive from the airport. With my wife Valandri. We've been married for 9 years now, and we have 2 little children. My daughter Senja is 3.5 years old, and my son Kai is 1. We've been staying here now for 5 years, and it's right in the middle of my hunting area, so it fits in quite well.
So operation goes out from here?
Yes, yeah. My wife is in the business with me together. She does the housekeeping and the admin, and I do most of the hunting.
Felix, we have booked quite a few clients here with you. Now we have Mr. Dick from Blixen down here. But tell us a little bit about the average leopard hunt and why you have to spend quite some days and why it's so demanding.
The leopard hunts that we do are over 14 days. The reason for that is that we spend a lot of time trying to find a decent track, and also trying to track the animal as well. Not every leopard track that we find is fresh enough. Our average is probably about 4 or 5 tracks that we find decent tracks before we actually catch up to the leopard. And even then we can lose him sometimes. Yeah, we have a 14-day hunt. It takes 14 days to do the job properly. I mean, sometimes we don't. There's no guarantee in this hunt at all. Sometimes 14 days isn't even enough. But that is the minimum time that I spend on these hunts.
But normally you mix it with other species as well.
Yes, you can mix it. I mean, it's we only hunt leopard very early in the morning until about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, depending on whether we find a track or not. And then after that we come back and have lunch and have a rest until in the afternoon, and then we can try a plains game, kudu, oryx.
So what is the normal plains game on a mixed hunt like this?
It'll be normally on a 14-day hunt. You will have the opportunity to shoot kudu, oryx, Hartmann zebra, hartebeest, warthog, springbuck.
So basically everything that you can find in central Namibia.
Down here, yes.
Yeah. For the clients that comes in or the guest that comes in, what gear do you recommend?
Well, to get the rifles, I prefer it if a client brings a heavier caliber for the leopard. I know it's not necessary on a blind hunt, but when we're hunting with the hounds, we often have them in a tree or something where there's a little bit of brush, and I prefer to have something like, say, a 375, which is also good for plains game here. And yeah, obviously in the morning it's quite cold here, especially in winter, so long pants, long sleeve shirt, jersey. You see how we are dressed now. And in the afternoon it warms up, and then short pants and normal shirt as well.
Yeah.
Hat and sunscreen obviously as well.
Yeah. The hunter that comes down, he can expect a bit of walk, bit of stalk,
Yeah.
and to see a lot of the country as well.
Yeah.
Or how do you do it? You don't do it on one property.
No. We do the leopard hunting. We do on a lot of the total area is about 250,000 hectares. It's different properties all over the country. We could be working on one property on a specific leopard, and we get a call from somebody who has a problem, cat killing his cattle, and we'll move 200 kilometers to try and sort out the problem, to try and get that leopard.
Besides the hunt and the scenic landscapes, Namibia is home to an abundance of birds. One of the species you can hunt is the guinea fowl. However, only one of Africa's many species of guinea fowls are found in Namibia, the helmeted guinea fowl. Carl Frederick and Felix have gone hunting again after this morning's unsuccessful leopard hunt. Here, they spot a good warthog.
See it over there? Yeah.
Warthogs are not very difficult to hunt, but you still have to be careful during your stalk and take advantage of the cover offered by the terrain.
Okay, he's still there. Just go lower over here.
However, the stalk is made easier as the warthog is preoccupied with eating. Felix and Carl Frederick have no problems getting into a good position, which increases the chances of a good shot.
Okay, just put your rifle into this fork over here. Okay, just take your time now. Wait until he turns a little bit more broadside. This isn't the most stable of positions. How's that? Oh, see, he's got his head down. Okay, just wait, I'll tell you. How far is that? That's about 60 meters. Just wait for him to turn broadside. You can shoot him now, just behind the head. Oh. He was huge.
Carl Frederick and Felix walk down to the warthog.
Jesus.
It's a very nice pig.
How long do you think it is?
Should be about 30 centimeters.
Jesus.
Carl Fredrik has every reason to be happy. He has not only taken a very good head, but in addition, it was the result of a good stalk and a single shot. Contrary to hunting warthogs, it is often physically demanding to hunt oryx in this mountainous terrain. The name oryx is of Greek origin and was the name of a digging stick shaped like a horn of the antelope. In Afrikaans, the oryx is called gemsbok, meaning chamois. The oryx living in Namibia is the largest of the 5 different species, and accordingly, it is also called the giant oryx. The population of oryx in Namibia is very large. Contrary to most antelopes, where both sexes have horns, the female grows the longest ones. In return, the male horns are heavier, especially at the bases. After a successful stalk, the hunters have approached to a suitable distance. But just because you are within range, it is far from certain that you can get the oryx. The right animal has to offer a decent chance, too.
Yeah. Alright, we must just go around the bush, then we should be able to get a shot. Just keep very low.
Felix wants to find a good cow oryx for Carl Fredrik. The oryx population of the farm has to be balanced with the other species here, and therefore more females are taken this year than normally. In this respect, it is preferable to remove the oldest and least productive animals, which often are cows which, due to their old age, have grown especially long horns.
Take your time, eh? Don't shoot now. Just wait until he turns, and then you can take him on the shoulder. Hang on a sec. Okay, you can shoot it.
Although he has a good rest, Carl Fredrik hesitates to shoot. He has a little buck fever, and as any decent hunter, he wants to be absolutely certain before he shoots. In the end, he runs out of breath.
I can only hold my breath so long. Okay. Good shot. Good shot. Straight through the heart.
Thank you.
Like clockwork.
Not yet, but
Just put on safer. But it's good shot.
good shot.
I think it's safe to take the out. No, just keep it in. Maybe. You never know with these things.
banged my head on the fucking scope again.
It's a very nice cow.
It was long.
Very long.
Well, I don't know that much about oryx, but it looked very long to me.
That is long.
Where was it?
It's just standing at that tree.
That tree here?
Yeah.
Bagel?
Must say my pulse was going there a bit as well. I was a bit worried that I was going to fuck your shot.
I keep banging my head on the fucking scope. Yeah.
You're too eager. Well, it might be that the thing is cut for your dad.
Yeah.
A little bit taller. Het geval. Je hebt gezien. Good, let's go. I see. Well done, man.
Thank you.
Very good. Very nicely shot as well.
You.
Good shot.
That's a nice cow as well.
Right on the shoulder.
Jesus.
Old as well. See the rings up put together.
That's how you see it.
Remember I told you in the car?
Yeah.
That's how when they're young, they're like about that wide apart down here.
Away.
Yeah.
Jeez, they're sharp.
Yeah.
Very pointy.
Very pointed.
Very nice cow. Very good shot as well.
Yeah.
You hit him smack through the heart.
How much do these weigh?
It's about 200.
200 kilos. Jesus.
In order to both protect your hearing and be able to communicate in the crucial seconds before the shot, it is wise always to use modern hearing protection when hunting, even though few professional hunters have realized this.
Good shot. Good shot.
This is my first oryx, and we've been stalking him for quite some time, and I've been quite eager to get one. And it's just, it's an amazing feeling. They're beautiful. It's just so unlike the animals we have in Scandinavia.
Congratulations, Fredrik.
Thank you very
Well
much.
done.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Finally.
Cow, eh?
Well done, Fredrik.
Thank you.
So you had a good stalk.
Yeah, great shot.
And
Was-
pulse
Pulse was raging as usual.
should be. It should
Yeah, but I hate that fucking pulse. I mean, I'm glad that I got one, but still. I mean,
Well, there you see one of the prime species of Namibia, the oryx.
that's beautiful.
A very tough animal, but it was well done. Good shot.
Thank you. Went straight through.
How old do you think it has been?
Between 10 and 12.
10 and 12 years.
Although Dick originally only wanted to hunt leopard, he has several times seen very good springbucks and has now decided to try and shoot one.
Okay, it's a good buck. Fredrik, let's just stand. Wait here, just sit down. We're just gonna go a little bit forward. We shoot from there, just wait here.
As the springbucks are very elusive and have excellent eyesight, Felix decides that only he and Dick will continue the stalk. Carl Fredrik has to wait behind the bush. The springbuck is the only gazelle living in southern Africa. Springbuck owes its name to its long and characteristic jumps which the animal often makes, apparently out of the sheer joy of doing it, A springbuck weighs around 90 pounds, and the animals are only territorial during the rut, while they migrate in search of food for the rest of the year. The hunters carefully scan the terrain in order to make the best stalking route to the springbucks.
Lying down. Yeah, like I think there's one standing up. They're lying down in the open. Yeah, you can just see the heads. Yeah, yeah. There's a few standing up to the right. But the other one, we saw them. It's just, you should just be out of the bushes. There's some over there now as well. Yeah.
The hunters use the bushes to hide their approach, as the springbucks are out in the open. They must be careful, as there are quite a lot of wary eyes in the herd.
Okay, I think we must just crawl up to these little bushes, these bushes here. We should be able to get a shot from here.
As the hunters are now quite close to the herd, the remainder of the stalk must be on hands and knees in order to get to the bush where they can make a decent shot. The difficulty of getting close is a part of the hunting experience, and the shorter shooting distance reduces the risk of wounding the animal.
How far do you think it is?
Arriving at the bush, Dick and Felix are now in a good position to choose the right springbuck and hopefully bag it.
Alright, he's coming in. He's coming in towards us now. He's facing us. You can take him whenever you want. He's about 80 meters out. Got his head down. You see which one? Yeah. Oh, don't click. You got him. That's okay. Good shot. Ah, that was good.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Very nice springbuck.
The springbuck has a very characteristic dorsal mane from the middle of the back and backwards. It is used for signaling to other animals in the herd, especially when the animals are jumping, and when the muscles retract. After the animal dies, the mane often rises.
Fantastic. It goes up like that. See here, they always do that when you...
The warning.
Yeah, when they die, they just rise down the hair. You shouldn't be envious.
That was a great shot.
I didn't wait long for that one.
Now it's going down again.
So it's hidden underneath.
Yeah.
How's that?
Thank you. Thank you.
Where did you hit it?
On the shoulder there. It's beautiful. Yeah. Very good trophies. Yeah, fantastic. Beautiful trophy. It's a beautiful animal. Springbuck. Well, it was a very exciting stalk. They weren't in very flat country here. But thanks to Felix, we got close enough to have a shot. I fired over his shoulder. It's the first time I've ever done that. But he was steady as a rock. So it went all right. I don't know what the distance was. It wasn't all that far.
No, it was about 80 meters.
Yeah, 80 or 100 meters.
Close.
It was coming grazing in towards us. They were very, very far off, 200 meters. Then he started moving in. He was actually coming in towards us. And then just turned up broadside. And I shot him.
The guests are lodged at the farm in single rooms with a bath, and the meals are eaten with Felix and his family. A part of the experience of farm hunting is the opportunity to try a different and less stressful way of living than most of the guests are used to back home. Probably due to the remoteness of many of the farms, the Namibians' hospitality is unique and the food of the highest quality. Wolandri takes great pride in cooking herself, and there is always a number of different dishes and delicacies. No one has ever had to walk hungry from the table, regardless of how choosy they were. If you have special requests, Wolandri will be able to procure almost all kinds of exciting ingredients from this large country.
Cheers.
In spite of getting up early every morning, Felix and his trackers have not succeeded in finding a fresh leopard track. Time is running out for Dick's leopard hunt. On the last day of the safari, the hunters are looking for the kudu, which Carl Frederick has seen a few times without being able to get within range.
They're just behind the hill. Okay, just keep going.
Felix is taking advantage of the breeze to approach the kudu herd.
They're just on the other side now. Okay, there you see him. He's gonna come out from behind that bush. Okay, don't you worry. I'll tell you when to shoot.
Very few of Africa's many antelopes are as majestic as a mature kudu bull. Here comes the true master of this harem of kudu cows.
It's a very nice kudu bull. Just get ready. Get ready. Take your rifle. Get ready. Okay, just wait. Must I go up a bit? Frederick, must I go up a bit? Which is better for you?
Now it is crucial that Carl Frederick keeps calm. In a situation like this, a frontal shot is not advisable. He must patiently wait until the kudu presents a broadside shot, a wait which even seasoned hunters can find very frustrating and almost painful. Who knows whether the bull suddenly disappears behind a bush?
You can shoot him from the front if he stands like that. On his throat.
Although the kudu is approaching, it is still moving and a frontal shot is too risky. Although Carl Fredrik rests his arm against Felix's back, his shooting position is not quite stable.
All right, here he comes, Sam. Just wait until he stands. Okay, wait, Fredrik, wait. Just wait until he comes out again. Yeah, just don't move now. Those other ones will see us. Yeah, we don't shoot now. Just don't move the rifle too much in the sun. Fredrik, come here. Fredrik, get ready. That bull is gonna come out. There it comes. Rick. Shoot him now. Hey! Hit him. Yeah, good shot. He's going down.
Whew. Jesus. Oh.
Yeah. Where is he? He just went down. Yeah. Great shot, man.
Thank you.
It is not only Carl Fredrik who is happy that he got his kudu. Although Dick did not get a leopard, he is very happy for his son. It is not always easy to make a good shot at game, but it often takes much more to refrain from shooting. When you're a young and inexperienced hunter, it often takes a lot of effort not to utilize a chance when you do not feel certain that a better one will arise. Well aided by Felix and his sound advice, however, Carl Fredrik kept cool and made a quick and good shot after the long and frustrating wait. Dick has every reason to be proud of the job he did, educating his son as a hunter. Now it shall be exciting to have a closer look at the trophy.
That's a very, very, very nice kudu.
Jesus, that's a good one.
That's a very good kudu.
Christ.
It's a little bit bigger than even what I judged it to be.
Tack som fan. Satan.
Yeah, well done, bud.
Thank you.
Very nice.
This moment is the peak of a father and son safari, and they need plenty of pictures for the album back home. Namibia's astoundingly beautiful landscapes, from bushland to desert, have got a firm grip on both Blixen Jr. and Sr., and there is no doubt that they'll soon be back with Felix for more experiences. In addition, Dick has some unsettled business with one of those leopards that he was close to but never got a chance to shoot at. Diana was not on his side this time. That only has whetted Dick's appetite for another go at this unusual, demanding hunt, which is unlike anything else Dick has ever tried previously. An oryx is one of the toughest antelopes in the world. They do not have to drink, but can manage by the little moisture in their food. Therefore, the oryx is widespread in the desert, and the fact was utilized by two fugitives during World War II. The story is quite unique. Shortly before the outbreak of World War II, two German geologists, Hermann Korn and Hanno Martin, went to Namibia, which at that time was called Southwest Africa, and was administered by the South African Republic as a part of the British Empire. The reason for the two geologists' escape into the desert was that an increasing number of the country's German population were interned in camps as a measure of security. The two geologists would rather avoid this fate, so they decided to use their knowledge of the terrain and instead hide themselves from the authorities out in the desert. Today, the only remains are the caves, which the two fugitives turned into hiding places during World War II. After the war, Hanno Martin wrote a book about their unique experiences. In spite of several attempts to catch them, the two geologists managed to remain free for more than 2.5 years, where they made hiding places and lived off the game they could kill. They not only lived from venison, but also made special shoes, which made prints look exactly like the tracks of an oryx. This trick enabled them to evade police forces which were looking for them. Dick has returned to Felix's farm in order to have another try at the exciting and demanding hunt for leopard by use of dogs. They found a fresh track shortly after 7 this morning, and during the last hour and a half they have run 6 to 7 kilometers after the tracking dogs.
Come. Come, go. Come. Come, Elo, come.
The track disappeared very abruptly, and the dogs keep returning to the same spot. The leopard must have gone down into one of the crevices, which are rather deep here.
You think it's in there?
I think so, yeah.
You think so? Come.
Felix is faced with the fact that the leopard is down in the crevice, as all the dogs keep returning to it. Some of these crevices are part of a large complex where you can walk upright in some parts of the cave, whereas others are like narrow tunnels. The dogs seem rather confused and not certain where the leopard is or how to get down to it, as they often return almost immediately after going down the crevice. The cave is almost likely have been used by the leopard earlier, so there can be a lot of scent around. The dogs keep on, and sometimes there are 8 to 10 dogs down there. Their persistence confirms the hunter's belief that the leopard really is down there.
You can see a little bit of light down there. I think the rock goes, the hollow goes in here too.
You hear it? Can you see it? You hear it?
The dogs now have made contact with the leopard, but it is far from certain that they can drive it out of the crevice.
Dick? Dick? You must come down here.
Down there?
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get it.
We see the dust coming out.
Have you got that scope turned as low down as you can? Low. Just put it down low.
Yeah.
It's coming out, it's going to run.
Felix is not optimistic, as it is too often close to impossible to drive a leopard out of a cave. He and the trackers are trying to remove some rocks to make noise and possibly let in a little more light into the crevice. The dogs are working hard to get their leopard out, but it seems like the cave is rather large.
See him. Why the dogs come out now? Sa! The rock is going into the hole. Dick, just get ready.
Aye.
Could come out anytime.
Well, we got a leopard in here, and the dogs are chasing it. These big dogs are actually crawling down the den, and apparently they've heard growling. It's starting to move, so it come out any second now. So it's getting a bit tight.
Move those rocks over there still.
Taught by bitter experience, Felix knows that only 1 out of 10, or maybe even 15 leopards will offer a chance to shoot, although it is pressed hard to leave its refuge. The dogs must be encouraged a little to go down into the crevice, and apparently the leopard is moving around down there, for sometimes all the dogs are coming up. These minutes are quite thrilling for Dick. He must both be ready and keep concentrated for a long time. In addition, he must make sure that the shooting angle is safe. But suddenly, it seems like something is happening. The dogs are barking more intensely now. Has the leopard just moved, or is it against all odds coming out into the open?
All right, just move some more rocks up.
All right.
To Dick, this is almost like hunting foxes with terriers. When you can hear the barking dogs approaching the entrance, you must be ready. When a chance arises, it is often only for a brief moment.
Shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot him! Shoot him! Bring the dogs! Bring the dogs! Fuck, we're lucky with that one. I tell you, Jesus! Can't believe it came out of the hole. How did you shoot?
I think I missed the first one. The second one felt okay. I was shooting through a bush.
Suddenly, things develop fast. Shooting a running leopard is far from easy, and it did not react to the first shot, and the second one hit the tree. Now the hunters must hurry up to the place where the dogs have put the leopard at bay before any of them are killed or the leopard seeks refuge somewhere else.
Come, Dick. Dick, come here. Come.
After about 600 meters, the dogs have put the leopard at bay. Now Dick must stay calm and shoot at the right moment.
Yeah.
It's not easy to shoot here. The dogs must be clear from the line of fire, and the leopard must be hit properly.
I don't know. I think so. I don't know. It's not normal what he's doing now. Just careful of the dogs, eh? I can't see it. Just wait for it to stand up. Just be careful of the dogs, eh? Dick, you must get ready to shoot, eh? Just shoot into the grass there. You see where it went down?
Yeah.
Okay, take him. Be careful of the dog. Careful of the dog. Careful of the dog. As soon as that dog moves, you just shoot him. He's in front of that red dog's head.
Yeah.
Okay. That's its head there, so you've got to shoot a little bit to the left. Left of that white dog's head. Okay, careful. I'll tell you when to shoot. Okay, take him. Get ready. Okay, shoot him. Oh, fuck.
The dogs all over the place.
Okay. Okay, shoot him now, shoot him. That's it. Hey!
Oh, big one.
That's a big one, that one.
Well done, mate.
That's a very nice get.
Lot of stress there.
Very nice get.
One shot.
Dick got his leopard under extreme conditions. This is leopard hunting when it's best. Hunting with dogs for this species is a unique experience. Dick was really put to the test, as you must keep track of everything and act correctly in a split second.
Yeah, but that is a written one.
The first shot I think I missed altogether because I was waiting for the dogs. The second one I shot through a bush and it felt all right.
Yeah.
But
In
it
slow
could have been
motion,
that
you
low
can see
one
that
the
Dick
gun.
actually hits the leopard low in the first shot, whereas the second bullet hits the tree.
That was fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah. I really had a heartbeat going. First of all, I was so tired. I didn't think I was going to make it. Then when this thing came out of the cave, it's a fantastic experience. Pushing the dogs out.
Yeah.
It's a
It's a
beautiful
very exciting
cat.
hunt.
Yeah, it's a very exciting hunt.
A very nice cat as well.
Yeah.
Very nice cat. Tell you, we were very lucky today. I never expected it to come out of that hole. The hole was very narrow. There was lots of dogs in the hole, and normally they don't come out at all. 16 days, lucky.
Thank you. It's been worth every day.
Yeah.
It's been worth every day.
2 hunts.
Yeah.
If you look at the paws, this is a good male. I'd say it's about 6 years old. It's not an old cat, but it's like in its prime. This cat killed, I think he's killed four calves now in the last 2 months. That's why we're actually at this guy's farm, because it was just killing cattle.
And apparently all the calves that we passed up there got bite marks on the neck.
Yeah, a lot of them have been bitten. So we did the farmer a favour here as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it had to be shot.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good hunt. Thank you. Great. Thank you.
That's a pleasure.
Thank you, dogs. Good job.
This is Felix. That's Halo. This is Zena. This is Dick. That's Daniel, and that's Willie.
Wave it to the camera.
Two relieved and happy leopard hunters. Naturally, Dick is delighted to have taken a leopard in this very sporting way. There is hardly a way of hunting this species that surpasses this one regarding demands of the hunter. Dick's old friend Matthias Klotz has arrived from Germany a few days later than the other guests. While Dick hunted 14 days without any luck on his first safari, he has already had luck on the second day of the following one. Matthias has primarily come down to shoot a mountain zebra. their binoculars, the hunters have spotted some animals far away. And after having made a detour in order not to pass the skyline, they have now reached a spot where they can have a better view of the herd. It turns out not to be zebras, but oryx antelopes. There is a good bull in the herd, and Matthias decides to take it, in spite of a distance of close to 200 meters across the gully. Matthias is an experienced and sure shot, and takes full advantage of a good rest from his shooting sticks.
Okay. Just wait for him to turn broadside. Okay. Okay. Okay, you can take him now. Okay. No, that's good. 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 Okay. Yeah.
Great stuff, huh?
Good shot.
Yeah.
Good shot. No, that's perfect.
Perfect. Ah! And that's a good thing then with the 375. That does the job then. You know, when the oryx drops, fun stops. This is what they say in Sweden and Finland about moose hunting. When the moose drops, fun stops.
That's a shit place.
Well, now it's too late. We cannot go anywhere there, huh?
Hey?
Well,
We make a plan. There hasn't been an animal shot on this farm yet that I haven't managed to get to with the car.
In the rays of the setting sun, you can see the bullet in its path towards the oryx, which drops like it's been poleaxed as the bullet penetrates the underside of the spine. It was not an easy task to haul the oryx back to camp, but in the end, the hunters managed to find a route into the valley where the carcass lay. Matthias has been looking forward to get back to his friend Dick and tell him the story of his oryx. The hunters have arrived to what Felix calls kudu land because he knows that in this area there is a healthy population of this species.
This is a very good area for kudu here.
so that's cool then.
Yeah. They also like to stay in close to the bottom of these mountains often.
So they also go in the mountain.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's cool land because it's a lot of trees.
Yeah, they like this
So they
bush.
can hide.
Yes. Yeah, and also they feed off this.
Uh-huh.
You see at the base of those rocks, that thick
Yeah.
bush up there.
Yeah.
They also like to sit
It's
in
amazing that the big animal is going there in the mountain.
that. Yeah, yeah, easy, very easy for them.
But they also go in the plains here.
Yeah, you also get them in plenty. I mean, oryx and springbuck don't come up here. Look, see plenty of bush here.
Yeah.
They like to stay at the base of these hills in this thick bush. There's a lot of food for them.
So this is a spotting point where you come.
Yeah,
with
it's
the
good to come
hunter
up here. You can
have the full overlook.
look over. You can see far from here. Nice area.
And then from there it's
Yeah, no, they move all over the place. But I mean, they do form these bachelor herds.
What a beautiful landscape. Huh?
Yeah.
One of the many joys of hunting in Namibia is watching the magnificent landscapes, where the colors are constantly changing as the sun rises. The dry and clear air of this semi-desert sometimes gives a visibility of almost 40 miles over the bush, provided you watch from a sufficiently high point. The hunt continues, and due to the vegetation, the hunters accidentally startle a couple of young kudu bulls that curiously have stood still and watched the hunters approach until they were too close for comfort. But Felix noticed that one remaining animal did not see the hunters, but it is only alerted by the departing young bulls. It turns out to be the best of the bulls. But will this startled steenbuck startle the alerted bull?
Okay, it's standing, facing us. Just shoot it on the chest, on the front.
Good shot. That's okay. Good shot. Good shot. Good shot. Good shot. Good shot. Don't worry. Good shot.
Yes, it's down.
Yeah. That's a good shot. Come, let's go.
Okay.
In slow motion, you can see the bullet. The shot was perfectly placed, and the bull makes a last frantic spurt before he stumbles in a cloud of dust.
You saw on the impact.
Yeah.
He was immediately there.
By the impact, it is easy to see that the kudu got a perfect hit at a vital spot.
Geil, ne?
Boah.
Very good shot. You hit it straight in the heart.
Oh, thank you, Felix. That was great.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Very good shot.
What an animal, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, very nice kudu. Old as well. Look at the points worn down here.
Yes, all the see that here.
Yeah.
To many hunters, the twisted horns from a kudu are an especially attractive trophy, and Matthias is no exception. This set of horns will remind him of one of the exciting hunts for the remainder of his life.
They're from fighting, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see your shot?
Yeah.
Straight in the heart. Very
I
good.
saw immediately when he got the bullet that he was like.
Yeah.
But this is an old scar. Do they fight right now?
No,
Before the rats, they start fighting now?
This is not old. This is quite new.
Yes.
You can see, feel it.
Well done, man.
Thank you.
Well done.
Great hunt.
Well done.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It is always exciting to take part in the experiences of a fellow hunter, and often long-lasting friendships are founded in this way.
It's amazing how you can hear bang.
Yeah.
You knew it.
Where is it taken?
Felix, thank you very much.
No,
Again,
pleasure.
great stuff.
Pleasure.
That was absolutely great again.
Pleasure.
That was good because I didn't know that. Didn't think that he will wait because behind the bush where we came.
Yeah, they gave
And
us.
the good thing was that they had the shade because the sun for the scope. It's always great shit when you have shoot directly in towards the sun because then you don't see anything.
Yeah. No, we were okay there.
The bush. That's the perfect spot.
Yeah.
It has to be there.
Yeah.
Zwei Stück. It's two of them.
The small one, the small one.
Zebra hunting is normally rather difficult, as the animals are very watchful. This is the 4th time the hunters are trying to stalk a herd. The trick is to get a clear shot to the stallion.
Just go very low. There is more zebra to the right. Going sideways. There is standing one broadside.
One little mistake, and the zebras are gone. The hunters must be very careful, but apparently they are assisted by the setting sun behind them.
Very low. Okay, just get onto this rock here. You can shoot from here. Which one is it? I'll tell you now. Just have a look. Get on. Get yourself into position first. Okay, the stallion's at the back. On the right hand side. Take him. Go up on the rock. Good.
Well done, man.
Great hunt.
Nice stallion.
Thank you, Felix. That was great.
Okay, let's go down.
Well done, man. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice
Thank
zebra. Big stallion.
That was an outstanding hunt.
It was good fun.
That was so cool. And on these stones,
Yeah.
when I almost messed it up when I went into the grass. That was so loud. Ooh.
It always sounds louder than what it really is. Very beautiful skin. Look at this. You can see it's a little bit different to the Birchall zebra. It does the stripes on the Birchall zebra go through the, and this one has the white stomach. And the legs, the stripes go all the way down to the hooves.
Okay.
And the stripes on the face are brown. On the Birchall zebra it's black.
I thought that's dirt.
Yeah, no, it's the coloring. And as you can see, this area where we are. Yeah, this is very typical for the mountain zebra. It's dry, rocky area.
Yeah.
They're always on the edge of the desert, you can say.
Yeah. Just 10 seconds before I shot, we thought that we lose them because the wind was turning again, and then everything went so fast. And we were lucky. He was standing in perfect angle on the very back of the group, and I could really place a good bullet that brought him down immediately. So a dream has come true. That's perfect. Simply perfect.
Happy hunter.
Yes. Yes, he is. That is a beautiful animal.
The hunters are delighted by all their good fortune, and their joy is only slightly embittered by the fact that Dick and Matthias's safari is almost over. Their experiences have been just as magnificent as the sunset which terminates this day. The two friends owe Felix a lot. Without his effort and vast experience, the result of the safari would have been very different. The combination of thorough preparation, the fantastic skills of the trackers, and Felix's energetic efforts resulted in a hunting experience second to none. The only problem the two friends have left is an almost insatiable longing to return and hunt again in the beautiful landscapes of Namibia.